Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a former Boeing 737 pilot and a member of the PMDG 737 tech team. Today let's fly the 737-900 for the first time in Flight Simulator 2024, and we'll be taking her from busy VATSIM Amsterdam over to Lisbon, which is a real-world flight operated by KLM on the 737-900. I'd say without any further ado, we are going to get right into this one and board our aircraft through the one left door. Alright, so here we are in the 739. Let's put our code away, let's put our flight back in place, and she can have hers as well and get that high-vis vest ready for the walk around later on, and then we can take a seat on our captain's seat of the 737. It's 11:11 right now, and our departure time is 11:35, so I'd say without any further ado we get right into this. So power is already connected, the battery is on as well. Then a couple of things that I just want to get done before we start with the actual procedures themselves. Let's have a look at our flight plan. So this is what today's route is going to look like. We're departing Amsterdam southbound across Belgium, France, the Bay of Biscay, Spain, and then into Portugal. Now, if we have a look at the high-level significant weather chart, we can see that basically the entire flight from Paris onwards is forecast to have moderate turbulence. Unfortunately, not much we can do about this today, so we'll just have to live with it. Now, that in mind, let's have a look at the airport weather as well. And we are departing Amsterdam, wind 220 at 12, cloudy, but absolutely alright for flying. And then over in Lisbon, we're looking at 250 at 14, and the temporary winds may even give us gusts up to 27 knots with very low clouds. That's gonna make life interesting, because we will not be able to perform an automatic landing in weather conditions like these, but the cloud base basically requires one. Now, the good thing is we can still dispatch, because with an ILS approach available at our destination, we only need to be concerned about our visibility, not about the cloud base. So 1,200 meters visibility should be alright. Apart from that, the basic weather in Lisbon is quite okay. As you can see, 240 at 15, scatter 300, broken 600. Not the best, but also not the worst. Our first alternate in Faro is quite okay actually, as you can see. Also some low clouds, but without the wind, so over there we could always do an automatic landing, no problem at all. Alright then, that in mind, an on-time departure means an arrival 10 minutes behind schedule, so we'll try to get out a little bit earlier. Our cruise is going to be in flight level 350 first, 370 later, and then having a look into our fuel. We got 10.8 plus taxi, so 11 tons. And, well, with that kind of weather, maybe take fuel for an additional approach, so 800 kilos more, making it 11.8. So let's go ahead, load from SimBrief, precise loading. We are going to turn that into 11,800. And here we are. Alright then, good to go. So let's go ahead and tell GSX to start the boarding procedure, please. And while that is in progress, we can then go ahead and start with our safety inspection. So battery on, power is on, landing gear lever is down, the flaps are up, and then the emergency lights are on. Fasten seatbelts, yeah, can remain on, fueling is complete, attendant call button is checked. And the takeoff config warning works. Then let's check the APU fire. And that is looking good. Bell cutout is working as well. That's looking good. Cargo fire extinguisher is looking good. Now let's go ahead and turn that transponder off and squawk 2000 already. Because we're on VATSIM, they don't really like to see you standing there squawking nonsense in mode Charlie at the gate. Okay, flight recorder is checked. Overspeed warnings, looking good. Left side, right side. Stick shaker. Looking good. Looking good. Alright, the IRSs have already been aligned by maintenance. We are just going to accept that. Up here everything's done, down here everything's done, and boarding is in progress. Alright, so let's take a seat and let's go ahead and start preparing our airplane for the flight. Lights are looking good and all operational. I like it. And let's test those down here as well, left side, right side, and the same over here. So traffic is selected, airport and terrain are coming on as well. Oxygen tests is looking fantastic. Okay, with that our aircraft is basically accepted for today's service, but let's have a quick look down here. Fuel is looking good, oil quantity is absolutely fine, and the hydraulics are looking good as well. Then, before you head out for the walk around, let's turn on the electric hydraulic pumps and the wheel well light. Then you can head out, and in the meantime we are going to start working on our FMS. So starting with the data link, ATS, ATIS, we're looking for Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. From VATSIM and send that. Then while we're waiting for the answer, let's already start preparing up here. So it's flight plan number 2, KLM 97 November, CUDAT 3 Sierra departure. So let's see, airports. We need the general airport chart up here. Then we need the SIDS, and we're looking for the CUDAT 8 Sierra. No, 3 Sierra, isn't it? Yeah, that looks just like it. Alright, perfect. So let's see, ATIS request is in progress. In the meantime, FMC 737-900, 26K, nav database up to date. ATS uplink, yep, we'll deal with that in a moment. In the meantime, flight plan request from SimBrief, select, and that's in progress as well. So this is Schiphol Information Lima, main landing runway 18 right, main departing runway 24, transition level 50, wind 220 at 12, visibility clouds all good, QNH 9080. Here we go, and then we can also set the MFRA, which is going to be about 1000. Yep, like that. Okay, so, operational, contact, approach and arrival call send only, NADP2 shall be applied, acknowledge information Lima, roger. Okay, the route is here as well, let's go ahead and load that. And then we're going from Echo Hotel Alpha Mike, Lima Papa Papa Tango, KLM 97 November, that's all looking good so far. Okay. So, departure, Amsterdam, runway 24, and we got the CUDAT 3 Sierra departure. For the arrival into Lisbon, we're looking at an ILS approach runway 20, INBOM 4 Bravo arrival from Upcut, and now we can activate that and have a look at the Lex page. Okay, so straight at, wait a moment, not the alternate routing, the main one. Alpha Mike 005, which is an overfly point. Left turn maximum 220 knots to Alpha Mike 003. Again, max 220. Alpha Mike 004. Lecco and CUDAT. And then on towards Woody. Initial climb clearance flight level 60. So let's go ahead and insert that over here as well. Alright, from there, let's go on to the performance initialization. We got a cost index of 20. Reserve fuel 1.5 plus 1.2 is 2.7. Like that. Zero fuel weight 62.6. Then flight level 350. We might actually start a little bit lower looking at that trip level. We'll see. Average wind component minus 42, so let's take something like wind 200 at 42, just to give us an average there. Top of climb OAT, let's see, we end up in 350 here, that's minus 49 degrees, so pretty warm actually. Okay, transition altitude 3001, Nothing here, nothing here. Noise abatement procedure number 2, so acceleration is going to be in 1,000. It's a dry runway for the time being. Climb 250 below 10,000, and for our engine outs we got Amsterdam and a 25-mile ring, as there is basically flat lands everywhere. Alright, and that's our FMS done. So then, starting on the overhead, yaw damper, nav transfer and display switches looking good, fuel pumps. Are looking good. Down here everything's done. Done. What's the temperature inside? Oh, 26, beautiful. Okay, so cruising in, flat level 350, and the destination field elevation, I'm just gonna steal that from here, is 350. Like that. Okay, down here everything's done, so flight directors are coming on, initial climb 60, so let's make that 61. Runway heading 237. Like that, and the same goes into the courses. Like that. Auto brake RTO, fuel flow reset, QNH 980. Like this, and then parking brake is set. We'll wait a little bit with the frequencies. Don't need any VORs. That stuff is done. That stuff is done. That stuff is done. TCAS into above for the climb. So down here 1 to 1.5 can already be tuned. Like that, and here we go. Alright, perfect. We are done with our setup. Then let's go ahead and request our IFR clearance up next. So, this is Schiphol information Lima. So, departure clearance, we got ATIS Lima. We're standing on... Oh, here we go, Delta 24. And our ATC center is going to be Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. Alright, that's looking good. So then let's go ahead and send that clearance request. And while we're waiting for the clearance to arrive, we can start with our departure briefing. So threats for today's departure, I do not see any. Then, for the route track, we're going from Echo Hotel Alpha Mike to Lima Papa Papa Tango, Kilo Lima November 907 November. Routing is via the Kuda 3 Sierra to Woody, November 872 Medil, direct Kobin, direct Nidov, direct Kiwi. Upper November 872 Iriga, direct Fushki, direct Bakup, direct Batax, direct Inbom for the Inbom arrival, and that's 1096 miles versus 1102 miles. 4 tons remaining and 2.7 required, giving us half an hour of extra fuel. The time UTC is 11:23. Altimeter 980, reading 0, MFRA 1000, flight directors are on, minus master, standby instruments set. Left seat takeoff, runway 24, flaps 5, noise abatement procedure 2, and engine out sits straight at 25, climbing 3000 with an MSA up to 2000. If we need to make an immediate return, we are slightly overweight, and for the emergencies, we are going to do them exactly as briefed in the crew bus to the airplane. Now for our taxi, it's going to be a pushback to the right hand side, and then we are pretty much immediately located at the runway already. Standing right down here, probably Alpha 8 into Sierra 7, something like that. Our SID, Kuda 3 Sierra departure with 220 knots in the initial turn. Let's see if we can already retract the flaps then. 148 plus 70. Yeah, we should just about be able to retract the flaps. Alright, and that's all I got. Any questions on the briefing? No? Beautiful. So that's our departure briefing complete. Okay, well then, just received a private message from delivery that I actually forgot to file my flight plan. Okay, yeah, that happens. I don't do too many VATSIM flight these days, so let's just go ahead and file the PDC request again. So departure clearance, Atis Lima on Delta 24, and the ATC centers Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. Like that, send. Ew, that was quick. Okay, and looks like that has been sent twice now. That should be alright. And then we do have an ATC call, which is kind of strange. It should have arrived in the ATIS menu, not in the... Here it is. So, clear to Lisbon, runway 24, Kodak 3 Sierra, initial climb level 60, squawk 2115, when ready 121980, if unable call voice. Wilco. Okay, so, runway 24, Kodak 3 Sierra, flight level 60, and squawk 2115. Like that. Beautiful. So 121908 when ready. Here we go. And with that we are done. So, oh god, GSX, no comment, reset position. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and say hello to our passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel, and in the name of KLM, welcome aboard our Boeing 737-900 on a flight to Lisbon. Today's flight time is going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, expecting a little bit of a bumpy ride due to some strong winds over France and the Bay of Biscay. Nonetheless, we are now striving to fill out the last paperwork, and once that is done, we will start our engines for a very short taxi with a departure to the southwest. Thank you very much for being on board today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, and we will get back to you with the latest weather when we start the approach into Lisbon. Alright, I think I've just gotten the clearance again because I sent it twice. Alright, here we go. Just Wilcoing that thing again, and here we go. Alright, and that is unchanged, huh? 24, Kodak 3 Sierra, level 60, 2115, 1298. Alright, all looking fantastic. So our boarding should be completed by now, so let's go ahead and start our performance calculations. We're going off runway 24. Just to look outside, it's dry indeed as expected. Import the weights, import the weather, anti-ice off, air conditioning on, that all looks good. Calculate, gives us takeoff 1, 30 degrees. So 62.4, slightly lighter than planned, giving us 74.2. That's what we got down here, that's looking good. So takeoff 1 and 30 degrees, 92.6%, which checks. And then flaps 5, CG 24. And the takeoff speeds 53, 54, 60. That's all looking fantastic. And here's 160 set. Trim 5.3 units, that checks. And while we're trimming, let's already go ahead and start the APU. Like that. Lovely. So we're done with everything. Then let's go ahead and tell GSX to prepare the position for pushback and departure, please. Like this. Still waiting for the APU to start. Can already close that door. And then let's do the safety inspection checklist and the before start checklist down to the line, please. Services and shocks checked, maintenance status checked, batteries on, electric hydraulic pumps on, landing gear lever down, ship's library checked, IRS mode selectors, nav gear pins, we got 1, 2, 3 removed, probe covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removed, light test checked, oxygen test 100%, yaw damper on, nav transfer display switches normal and auto, fuel 11 required, 11, 8 on board and 6 pumps on, cabin utility IFE galley power on, emergency exit lights armed, fast modes on, window heat on, air conditioning pressurization, packs auto bleeds on set, pressurization mode selector auto, instruments cross-checked, auto brake, RTO, hydraulics, normal, speed brake, down to 10, park and brake set, stop trim cutoff switches normal, wheel well fire warning checked, radius, radar and transponder set and standby, radar and aileron trims 3 and 0, takeoff briefing disgusting, PA complete, FMC CDU set, N1 and EAS bugs automatic reduced 24K, speeds 53, 54, 60 set, stop trim 5.3 set, performance weight and balance, sign send, phones off, EFB, airplane mode stilled, flower windows and cockpit door, locked doors, closed, passengers, seated, before start checklist complete, down to the line. Okay then, ground flight deck, you can remove all the ground equipment, and we are ready to go for the pushback. Alright, with that done, let's call delivery and get our startup clearance. Skipper delivery, good evening, KLM 97 November, request startup.
KLM 97 November, hello, information Mike, QNH 980 hectopascals, contact count 121805, bye-bye.
We'll check information Mike, QNH 980 121805, KLM 97 November, good evening.
FedEx 103 Hotel, I've sent you press text.
Okay,
Okay,
so QNH 980 is checked, the rest is looking good. They're just connecting the tuck, it seems. So let's just give them a moment for that.
Confirm at share 2, hold short runway 24.
Startup clearance is valid for 5 minutes, so we don't have to worry about that. And I think they're just connecting the tuck now, so let's go ahead and call for the clearance.
Confirm Stella to runway 24, FedEx 123 heavy. KLM 71, Charlie, contact tower, 119-230, bye-bye. 119.230 for the tower, thank you, KLM 71, Charlie.
Skipper ground, good evening, KLM 97 November, request pushback, stand Delta 24.
KLM 97 November, hello, pushback startup approved.
Pushback and startup approved, KLM 97 November. Before start checklist below the line, air compacts off, anti-collision light on, parking brake set, transponder rolled off, before start checklist complete. Ground from flight deck. Please confirm that all the doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pins installed. That's all confirmed. Roger, then we are cleared for pushback, the parking brake is released. Thank you, starting the pushback and stand by for engine starts. Roger. Alright. And here we go. Kinda strange to look at the 737-900, isn't it? Like we're so used to the 800. And suddenly that thing is just quite a bit longer down there. Alright ground, we're ready to start engines in sequence 2 then 1. Roger that, clear 2. Engine 2 start.
KLM 97 November, contact tower 119-230.
119-230, KLM 97 November.
Austin 322, contact 119. 71 Juliet Charlie, runway 24 clear for takeoff, wind 210.
Right, N2, all pressure, N1.
Clear for takeoff 24, KLM 71 Juliet Charlie.
Right, and the pushback is completed, set parking brakes.
Land wind 210.11.
Parking brake set. So, starter cutout, monitor 2, isolating the pack, and starting 1.
Please 02 Palace Kirk, land wind 210.11.
And 2. I just love the new engine start sequence, it's just accurate. All pressure, and 1.
Certify 24, file 4, Ocean 322. One zero two, continue taxi, Delta 56.
That guy's committing suicide back there. Don't do it, guys. Get yourself some help. I mean it. And starter cutout, monitor 1, 1 stable. Alright, there's the ramp agent and she's holding a pin. Flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. full left,
Ground,
full right,
runway
neutral, B4 taxi checklist,
KLM
generators on, APU off, start switches continuous, probe heat on, anti-ice off, air conditioning, PAX auto bleeds on, isolation valve, auto flaps, 5 required, 5 selected and green lights, stop trim 5.3 required set, start levers, idle descent, flight controls checked, recall checked, B4 taxi checklist complete.
Thank you, KLM 712 descent.
03 Hotel at Whiskey 13, cross to runway 18 center, then after right Delta.
Copy that. We have to go to level 1, 8, right, we have Victor, Whiskey 13, and then to light on Delta.ไปได้ความจริงครับ
Skipper Tower, good evening, KLM 97 November, request taxi.
KLM 97 November, taxi holding point 07, runway 24.
Taxi order point 07, runway 24, KLM 97 November.
Blanco 76, welcome to Skipper, taxi stand Delta.
Okay, so that's going to be easy going.
At Whiskey 13, cross runway 18 center.
Because it is straight ahead.
We've got
Alpha, Bravo, Sierra 7.
3, did you say via Whiskey
Okay,
13?
clear left side, clear right side.
13, cross runway 18 center to Delta 40.
Config. It's looking good. And off we go.
One more time, pardon my goldfish memory, sorry.
Pardon my goldfish memory. I like it.
At Whiskey 13, cross to runway 18.
Okay, so before takeoff, checklist down to the line. Config check, flaps 5 green lights, stop trim 5.3 sets. Takeoff briefing, lefty takeoff 24, flaps 5, noise 2, and engine out straight at 25. The sits straight at left turn and call departure when advised by the tower.
210 at 11.
Yeah, that's really it.
Takeoff option 322, there you go.
So,
6 November, line up away, runway 24, 7, 1 departure in front.
oh, 7-6 November, huh?
Goedenavond, Transavia 5 to Alpha, final.
Okay, anyway,
Transavia 5 to Alpha, goedenavond, runway
cabin secure, before takeoff checklist complete, to the line.
1 day, 1 day, Transavia 5 to Alpha, thank you.
So,
KLM 7, 9 November, line up away, runway 24, 7, 1 departure in front.
Confirm that's KLM 907 November, line up runway 24.
Correct. 1 day intersection departure in front.
Roger. Alright, so that's the intersection ahead. Then the left side is clear, the right side is clear.
Tower, hello, KLM 359er 7 from runway 18 right.
KLM 359er, hello.
So, before takeoff checklist down to the line. Sorry, below the line. MCP set, transponder Tara, strobe lights on, holding at landing lines. So, I thought that guy's rolling. But anyway, that seems to be the required meters, so line up behind him is not a problem. And he is rolling.
On runway 24.
And that's fully intentional. Okay.
Transavia 5 to Alpha, skating on 601. 5 to Alpha, hello, welcome, Schiphol, taxi stand to Delta 5.
So, departure is pre-selected, then we're pretty much good to
Delta
go.
5 at Whiskey 13, close 1.
Weather is not a problem, and in case you're wondering why I didn't turn on the anti-ice,
KLM 359er, runway 1
it's 9 degrees, but due to the friction with the air, when we accelerate down the runway, the temperature is going to go up.
24 clear for takeoff, 210 at 11, bye-bye.
24 clear takeoff, KLM 97 November, bye.
Tower Speedbird 587, 5 miles.
Keep it 587, hello, number 2.
Alright, landing lights on,
Number 2.
and that's the before takeoff checklist complete.
Lanco 76, can we get any one of the freight gates, one of the, sorry, apron south.
Lanco 76, roger, then that case, taxi stand, Sierra 77 at Whiskey 13.
Takeoff thrust set indications, normal.
Sierra 2, hold short, runway 24.
KLM 359er going around.
359, roger.
80 knots.
Shamelessly, I'll need to ask you to repeat that again for Lanco, sorry.
KLM 359, turn right, heading 300, climb 2,000 feet.
Rotate.
359, turn right, heading 300, climb 2,000 feet.
You're up.
300, 2,000 feet, KLM.
Negative, immediate turn.
On F.
Anchor 73, please
Okay.
repeat the instructions.
Traffic on the right there.
Anchor 7.
Can we see him somewhere?
First, KLM 79 November, stop climb, stop climb.
Unable, KLM 79 November. We got the traffic visual.
Okay, traffic is disconnected, continue, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Line code 76, taxi 10, Sierra 7.
Okay. Oh, lovely, the go-around totally messed it up, flew right in our path.
Quebec.
Flaps 1.
Jet 2,
Speed check.
Okay, we've got stand
flaps up.
77 via Whiskey 13,
Speed check,
cross
flaps up.
runway 18 center, right onto Quebec. Was anything else there? 7 confirm, clear to land.
587, runway 1 right, clear to land, wind 210.11, sorry.
Clear to land.
FedEx 103 Hotel, at the other 2, cross runway 24, continue Sierra 84.
Alright.
So that
was interesting once again. Typical VATSIM.
People Tower, good evening, KLM 751, ILS 18 right. KLM 751, hello, number 1. KLM 79 November, contact approach 121-205, bye.
121-205, KLM 97 November, see ya.
Sure.
Wait a second, 121-205.
Order right, 350, descend
Okay, flaps up no lights.
EG560 Golf, reduce the
Right,
minimum
let's put that autopilot on for now, so it's done that.
Ocean 322 Amsterdam.
Doing a standard cross check, passing level 45 now. Checked. I'm flying slightly faster because that low speed band is just going a little crazy down there. And that's 1,000 to go.
Dynair bump 401, turn right, heading bump 50, clear down
Very good
189.
speed. And okay, I'll acquire.
150, then it's 18 right now, 141.
EG560 Golf, turn right,
Why is it
heading
not going out of-
090, speed to 180 knots.
What is it doing? Hello? Okay. Then we turn that thing off.
560 Golf, correct, and descend to
There we go, very good speed. That was interesting.
Scandinavian 821, descend 3,000 feet.
Right, we passed the 220 restriction, so let's go towards 250.
Order 3000 Canadian 980, expedite.
That stick shaker is a little fizzy.
Swiss 223, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, 223.
Skipper departure KLM 97 November, level 59 and climbing level 60.
KLM 97 November, hello, climb flight level 130.
Climb flight level 130 KLM 97 November.
Swiss 223, descend 3,000 feet.
130 checked,
QNH
VNAV.
980 hectopascals.
And after takeoff checklists. So, air conditioning pressurization, 2.1, climbing.
Scandinavian 821, please start
Set.
descending.
Altimeters, standard, passing flight level 61 now. After takeoff checklist complete. Alright, let's release our cabin crew. Like that. What does the FMC want?
595 low, info
I'm able to aviate inborn, yep, not a problem. So 348 is the optimum, yeah, then we can go 350 without a problem. Alright, beautiful. So that's everything done down here, for the time being at least. Arrival time 14:35, and I think that's exactly the schedule, isn't it?
Ryanair bump 401, maintain bump 60 till 4, tower, your decimal 230, bye-bye.
Yep, 14:35 is the schedule, but that includes the entire arrival, which I do really not think we are going to fly.
Speed 250 knots.
This is what I mean.
7 November, Amsterdam, 125, decimal 750, bye-bye.
12575 KLM 97 November, good evening.
Papa Indy.
Amsterdam, Goedenavond, KLM 97 November, passing level 905, climbing level 130.
KLM 97 November, climb to flight level 260.
Climbing flight level 260, KLM 97 November.
Set
260 checked. And altimeters, passing level 102, climbing level 260, 10 checks. Fuel is balanced with 6 pumps on, lights off, APU off, air cannon press is at 3.6, climbing set, fast melt. Yeah, we'll keep them on for the time being. Recall check 21.5 is getting monitored, and then we can lock onto CPDLC.
Also 8th of November, after our dip to spike your bore for the 180 ride. Descend to level 7.
Like that, send the lock on, and that's it. Okay, beautiful. That's our 10 checks complete. Then I'd say for now, just sit back, tracks, and enjoy the flight with us. We can just quickly turn on the engine anti-ice already because of the upcoming couple of clouds here. Then we wait with our passengers until we're above everything. We'll see how the turbulence is going to develop, and in the meantime, I'd say sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And if there's anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, don't hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew members.
So to Shuttle for the 180 ride, descend to flight level 70.
Hello my friends, we're now on the arrival into Lisbon, and I gotta say the weather looks a little bit better than what the worst forecast gave us, but nonetheless I think it's still gonna be an interesting one. So let's go ahead and get you going on what the current situation is. And we're going to start that with our ATIS. Unfortunately there is no more ATC online over here. They were there when I started recording, unfortunately they all went offline. So we will be landing on Honeycomb over here. So we got Lisbon Information Tango, and the wind is 27013, visibility 10, clouds few 200, scattered 600, broken 1200. That means few clouds and 200 is not a cloud base. Cloud base is only a scattered and higher. So it is not going to be a problem to fly the ILS Cat 1. Nonetheless, there may be a couple of clouds right within the final approach. However, the approach lights should be strong enough that they actually shine through them. Apart from that, scattered 600, broken 1200, so we are going to be using 5 miles for our configuration, and we got to be stable in 1000 feet above the field. Temperature 16 and QNH 1018, which is pre-selected. So I'd say from here on, I'm just going to fill you in on the approach briefing and what exactly we are going to do. So threats for the approach is definitely the cloud base. So we are going to use the 1000 foot stable gate, and well, if there are clouds directly in our in front of our runway and we cannot see it, then we just go around, come back for a second approach. We are not set up for an auto landing over here. There's just no need to at the moment. Apart from that, I do not really see any threats. Well, there are maybe one more, which is Honeycomb traffic. So we just have to make our announcements whenever they do become relevant and then ensure that we don't get in conflict with any air traffic. Okay then, so let's go ahead and have a look into the box. We got, well, we do have 250 below 100. It's just not showing it right now. So 250 below 100, there it is. Forecast is in fixed rings, runway 20, 10 miles and 5 miles. The approach is going to be the ILS approach runway 20, which we got in here. Starting in upcut 4000, top V 3000, mandatory 160 knots until 4 DME from the runway threshold. Minimum 547, which is set on the left side and on the right side. Now for the approach, we got frequencies 1095 and courses 205, which is set. Let's also start reducing already here. So here's the courses and here's the frequencies. Alright, yeah, that's really that. Missed approach is on the runway heading climbing 60. Weather is at the alternate is good, so that's nothing for us to consider at the time being. And that's really it for the approach preparation. So a little laggy simulator here. What are you doing? Please do come back now. And here we go. Here we are flying again. I really don't know why it's doing that at times. Okay, in any case, we are now pretty much set up for the approach. We've, yeah, pretty much done everything. So why don't we just finish up that briefing? So we are burning 100 kilos, 66.4, flaps 40 landing, so that we just get that additional drag to lower our speed once we are past 4 DME, as that might be a little bit tight here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Vacate the runway to the left using flaps 40, auto brakes 3, and that's it. Then we are passing 100, descending, yeah, I tell you what, why not just go lower, 70 10 checks. The fuel is balanced and we got 4 pumps on, the lights are on, angular bang 25, air conditioner and pressurization is at 3.3 descending and set, fasten belts on, recall checked, and 21.5 is now still getting monitored and data link disconnected. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. That's our 10 checks complete. Okay, lovely. So let's take a small shortcut over here and proceed direct to Upcut. Since we don't have any traffic, we can easily do that. So directing to Upcut, and then we're descending altitude 4,000 feet. On the QNH 1018, so set QNH. And that's 1018 cross-check, passing 8,900 now. Checked. And for that we can do the approach, well, the frisk and then the approach checklist. So frisk check, frequency 1095 is active 3 times, fixed rings, runway 20, 10 miles, 5 miles, islands, India Lima Bravo. We are not receiving those just yet, standby instruments set, and the course is 205. And we're just waiting to receive the items before doing the checklist. Alright, overall, pretty easy flight so far. It has been a little bit turbulent, so I did turn the seatbelt sign on a little bit earlier than usual while we were still in cruise. That stuff happens, ain't much we can do about it. In the meantime, as always, time to take a couple of screenshots here, because it's just nice to see that 900 flying, isn't it? I just absolutely love the differences between all those 737 types, how they handle difference, how some of the systems are different, and of course how they look different. Like the 900 kind of reminds me of the A321, probably because it is its pendant, but if you take, for example, the size of the engine and compare it in the 600 and the 900 just looks right. The 600 just has an oversized engine. Alright, here we are, receiving the ILS, India Lima Bravo, checked 3 times, approach checklist, altimeters and instruments, trust checked, approach rates, check and set, approach checklist complete. And then you may have the VSD, please. Thank you. Lisbon traffic, KLM 97 November is 10 miles outbound upcut for the ILS approach runway 20. So, one thing I like about flying in VATSIM with no traffic around is that we, can skip the entire stop, just come in on a direct to the final, just like they did in the real world, by the way. If you do have a look at flight radar for this flight, then you will find that they often just go straight in, because we're just arriving outside the peak traffic hours. It's KLM 1583, if you do want to look it up on flight radar. Now, obviously it would be a little bit more interesting if we had ATC here, even if it was just AI, but sometimes I do enjoy just flying straight in. Nobody to mess us around. Can be nice. Can. So, since we are going straight into upcut, there is one thing we gotta take into consideration, and that's the direct to upcut is slightly off the extended centerline, as you can see down here. So that means we are paralleling the localizer. But there is one small problem with that, and that is the fact that once we are cleared for the ILS, if there is no movement towards the localizer at all, aka if LNAV is completely parallel, then localizer mode may not capture. That would of course lead to the glide slope mode not capturing. If that happens, just go heading select, fly slightly towards the localizer, and then the mode will capture without problems. But that's something to be aware of when you are coming straight in, like we are doing right now. Okay, so approaching upcut, cleared for the approach. And in this case it is capturing, very nice. So Vola captured, runway heading 205 set, glide slope captured. Go around altitude 6000 set, flaps 1. Speed checked. Might have to help it a bit in order to ensure we get those speed restrictions. Lisbon traffic, KLM 97 November over at upcut for the ILS runway 20. And the entire thing is lagging again. Strange, it seems to do that primarily when we're on VATSIM, and not at any other times. Okay, so we can already pre-select the ground frequency 121.755. And flaps 5. Speed checked. So approaching top V, we are supposed to reduce to 160 knots, so gear down. Flaps 15. And speed 160. So, since nobody will clear us to land, we'll just turn the signs on now anyway. And here we go. Okay, looking nice so far. Landing checklist down to flaps. Start switches, continuous, recall, checked, speed brake, arm green light, landing gear down 3 green, auto brake 3 set, and holding at flaps. So we'll do the rest of the configuration at 5 miles, but then we still have to reduce, or still have to keep the 160 according to the procedure. No, the airspeed is not low. Sometimes the sim is a little bit strange with its turbulence. It feels very nice when flying manually nowadays, but it seems that the load that's getting applied to the aircraft can be a little bit high occasionally. Like we've also seen that on the departure, where it gave us an intermittent stick shaker even though we were absolutely fine with our speed. And it seems to be kind of the same right now. I mean, look at that pitch. That's nonsense. So, are you gonna correct that? No, it's not. Stop complaining. Flaps 25. Just to get us that bit of margin. And I'll tell you what, intermittent flap 30. Just to get rid of that margin and to give it the drag it needs. Alright, then we can start reducing now. Flaps 40. Speed check, flap 40. Complete the landing checklist. Flaps 40, 40, green light, landing lights on, landing checklist complete. And look at that, we are just about stable at the gate. Lisbon traffic, KLM 97 November, 3 miles, ILS 20. Alright. Manual thrust. Just to be sure the auto flight system doesn't mess us over. And manual flight.
Approaching 20.
Checked. Alright, runway is in sight. That's looking fantastic. 500, continue.
Approaching minimums.
Checked. Okay, glide slope is checked. We are on the puppy.
Minimums.
Continue. It is turbulent indeed. Puppy doesn't seem exactly spot on if you ask me.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright. And touchdown. What is it doing? Nope, you're not going to do forward thrust, you'll do reverse, my friend. Speed brake up, thrust goes normal. 100 knots. 80 knots, manual brakes. We'll take that exit over here. Thank you.
1,500 meters remaining.
Lisbon ground, KLM 799, correction 97 November, vacating runway 20.
KLM 97 November, squawk mode Charlie, please.
We are squawking Charlie, at least in our client and the cockpit.
Well, that's weird, it doesn't show up on my radar. Can you check your V-pilot or X-pilot, please?
We'll reconnect, stand by. Oh god, VATSIM. Yep, it's definitely on. But for some reason, V-pilot just forces it off. Like, what the hell? Nope, doesn't work. KLM 97 November, sorry, unable. It just keeps going back off in the client now.
KLM 97 November, well, don't worry about it, no traffic at the airport anyway. You can taxi via Golf and Alpha stand 123.
Golf Alpha stand 123, KLM 97 November, thanks.
Oh, and by the way, love your videos, man.
Thank you so much, you just became part of one.
Haha, thanks, great.
Alright, so that's gonna be Golf. So left over here and Alpha stand 123. Alright, that's over there, Golf. Just want to be 100% sure that I took the exit that I thought I took. And alright, here we are.
Leash bar ground, push scope 754 Alpha 10502. Clearance to Copenhagen. 12754 Alpha, information Alpha is current, QNH 1018, break, you are clear to Copenhagen. Exceed 1 Sierra departure, squawk 5211.
Okay, so left on the Golf.
Wishfield 754 Alpha is cleared to Copenhagen. The exit 1 Sierra departure, squawk 5211.
Portugal 754 Alpha, just confirm QNH 1018.
Confirm QNH 1018 to Portugal 754 Alpha.
12754 Alpha, read back correct.
Okay, and then Alpha will be on the right hand side, and we can already get GSX ready. Gate 1, 2, 3. No follow me needed, and handling by, well, give me portway. And we're clear on both sides. So, Alpha is right at the end. We are rather heavy, so I'm not going to do single engine taxi here. Again, both sides are clear. So, off to the right hand side. A little bit of an oversteering here. Okay, and 123 is going to be next on the left. So, APU on, lights off. And the radar is off as well. And here we are, 1, 2, 3. So that turn was my message to the passengers. The seatbelt sign is still on. Do obey it. Okay, 737's on here. Interesting that it says 737 though and not 739, because that way we don't know which type of 737 it is. Three, 2, 1, stop. Park and brake set. 2 blue, 1 red, engines dead. Cabin crew, all doors in park. So we'll get the air conditioning going straight away. And here we are. So both engines below 20. So let's do the transit shutdown checklist. Electrical on APU, fast modes off, probe bleed auto, NEIs off, voice recorder on, air compacts auto, engine bleeds on, APU bleed on, exterior lights, steady wheel well, start switches off, auto brake off, speed brake down at 10, flaps up no light, park and brake set, start lever is cut off, weather radar off, transponder 2000 standby, CB RCB in, and cockpit door is now unlocked. And that's our transit shutdown checklist complete. KLM 97 November, thanks for the ATC, sorry again for the trouble, and have a wonderful evening.
No problem, have a wonderful evening too, bye bye.
Alright my friends, and I suppose that's a message to you guys as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like the flight, then be sure to leave it in the comments. I absolutely enjoyed it. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on the channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much, and see you all again on the next one.